this rumor about it potentially Factions, whatever this multiplayer game, coming to PS4. It's so frustrating hearing this, and I understand there's two sides of it. Sony, we know about their live service initiative and how important it is that they're going to have all these different games. Of course, this is one of them. And so it would make sense to put it on a machine that has such a large install base, but it's time. It's truly time. We can't be releasing a first-party PS4 game in 2024.
Also, just like the live service realities of like, yeah, you know, we want this game to be big and we want this game to be everywhere. So yeah, we're going to put it on the TI-83 and we're going to put it on the Kenmore fridge and we're going to put it on, you know, it's just, I'm tired. Put it on PC. That's it. Put it on PC.
PS5 and PC seem good to me.
I would, and maybe this, I don't know if this is controversial or not, but I would rather see Factions on PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC than on PS4 at all.
I said that on a recent guest appearance, actually, I did on a podcast, that they should release it on Xbox if they could.
I think, yeah, I mean, I think it would be smart, to be honest with you. I think, like, why not? I think just generally, just the fact that PS4 is getting new installments this late is, I understood it for a little bit. I understood it because of the economic realities. I understood it because of the pandemic realities. And now, quite frankly, my patience is very, very gone for it. Like, I don't see a point. It's objectively holding things back. If Hogwarts Legacy is having trouble running on the PS5, there's no reason why a new Last of Us game should be coming out on PS4. Sorry.
Yeah, well said.
But beyond that, I do think they did a great job with the show. I think it makes sense that what they're doing with season or The Last of Us Part 2 is restructuring it, because that was the primary problem, in my opinion, with The Last of Us Part 2 was the way that it was structured, the way that it was edited, the non-linearity of it. And I do feel like if it was just told in a straightforward way, it would have been a lot more well received. And also, they don't want to. I mean, I don't know how.
No, I know you can't. I know what you're going to say, and I agree with you.
Yeah, it's a difficult. It's a difficult situation to justify just a 2-season version of this story, given certain developments that happen. So I think they're smart to restructure it. I think they're smart to maybe. I mean, I don't know if this is necessarily a spoiler, but there are flashbacks in The Last of Us Part 2 that kind of, and it's very non-linear. It was my main source of frustration with it. And I do think largely what's going to happen with season 2 is that they're going to re-edit it, and they're going to tell it in the order that most people would feel makes sense.
What do you think, Chris, about my conspiracy theory? Not really a conspiracy theory, but just this. I think the show is 9 episodes long because it gets people for 3 months without them having to spend the money to produce like 11 or 12 episodes. You know, so if you subscribe to HBO and it's like, okay, episode 1, and then 4 episodes pass, that's 28 days. So by the time you get to the 5th episode, it's 35, and then so on. And then you're past the 3rd month boundary by the 9th episode. So they charge you again, and then they get out.
Right. Because otherwise
it has something to do with it.
Because otherwise they would have to make another month's worth of episodes to kind of keep.
So they make the bare minimum number of episodes while still getting the maximum number of subscribers for that month. That has to be intentional, right? 9 episodes.
It does feel a little bizarre.
I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying that was something I would, if I was at HBO, I'd be like, we should totally do that. You know?
Yeah.
Or make like 13 episodes instead of 12, or, you know, or like, so you get them for 4 months.
Right. No, exactly.
Yeah. But I, with that said, I do think that we could have used another episode or 2.
Naughty Dog is The Last of Us now. And I do think that they could do whatever they want, but I do think I do think Sony's probably like strongly being like, hey, you could do whatever you want, but also, I mean, you know, and I think that's kind of what's going on. You're going to have probably, I would imagine at least 3 to 4 seasons of The Last of Us if they can manage to do it. Maybe even more. Who the hell even knows?
Yeah, if they get the 3rd game out and they coincide with each other, I mean, that could be the plan. I mean, that could be an ambitious thing that you don't want to necessarly fuck up.
Yeah.
That could be.
And then they could do Last of Us Part 2 remake with Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey. It's over. It's side stories. It's all going to be dreary hellscapes from here on out.
people are always going to wonder about what's next with The Last of Us. And if you make the next game that's not The Last of Us, that's totally fine. But the expectation is that you're going to go back at some point. Now, you never have to, but people are going to continually ask. Or you could seize the moment, as it were, and look at Neil. Neil's still young. He's now getting into TV. He might have 5 games left before he retires, right? I mean, because games take a long time to make, maybe 7. And it's like, listen, Neil, you're going to spend one of those games on The Last of Us Part 3, whether you do it now or do it later. I think if I were Sony and I were talking to him for that, you should do it now. It benefits us as a company. That the series is huge. It's all the synergistic stuff, but it also just wrap it up and walk away from it. Say like, this is it. This is the last one. This is The Last of Us Part 3. We're just like you did with Uncharted 4 when you said we're done. Now, we're obviously going to get more Uncharted from another studio, likely about, Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil Uncharted 4, but in terms of this, so that, I wonder what you feel about that, Dustin. If that's the way I would approach it, is like, listen, just get this monkey off your back now. And then you guys can literally don't even have to worry about it, because you can set it up from the very beginning that we're never going back to this, that this is over, conclude it. And then you're free. And otherwise, you're never going to be free, because people are always going to want the third one until you go do it. So you're never going to be free.
Now is the least painful time to do it. And I know that Naughty Dog operates in a way that they're very perfectionist. They hand create everything, but I would imagine it is easier to create a sequel to a game when that's the last game you made. I know this is a bad word for some people in this industry, though I think it's stupid. You can reuse a lot of those assets, and it's fine. If an asset
climbing
is good,
the climbing animations, boat
it's
animations,
the climbing animation. That rope is the same rope. It's like if it was a good rope animation, that's fine.
Yeah, the boat animations were, oh my goodness, love it.
As opposed to doing it next generation or something where you have to do more things from scratch in order to stay current. Like I said, now is, I think, the easiest time for them to do this. And I think, Colin, you make a compelling point about it. Just seize the day. Now's the time to do it.
I would hope that they understand that they have the cachet to be like, we're announcing The Last of Us Part 3. It'll be out in 4 months. That would be awesome. That would be great. Like, that would be like sick. That's wonderful. I would be totally about that. But I will say, if Naughty Dog is listening, you're going to be on this for a while. No excuse not to make The Last of Us now. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. No excuse. Yep. No excuse. If you're go ahead, have fun with it at least. Why not? It would have made no sense before this, but now you got a popular TV show. It's going to run for 26 seasons. Just throw that in there. Why not? I want it.
On a serious note, it would be funny if there was like a $19.99 priced, $24.99 priced The Last of Us that was just super, some other team made, super goofy. I just don't think they wanted, like where you're fighting where you're racing is like the infected versus Tess.
Dude, that's so funny. That's so funny. Like,
it is funny, but I don't know if they want to do that.
I don't know, man. I think Naughty Dog's too self-serious. I think it would be awesome for them to release this. Like imagine they put out this like prestigious line of serious, like this very serious trilogy, and then just out of nowhere, it's like here's a ridiculous kart racer, or here's this ridiculous thing that kind of takes the piss out of it. I think that'd be awesome. And I feel like it's an energy that is sadly kind of missing, like from the industry in general. I feel like everything is too self-serious. Everything is very much like, everything wants to be the next big thing. They're very quick to not kind of not kind of I don't know. I think self-deprecation is fun, and I think it's a cool thing. And I think a lot of studios used to do this sort of thing.
Definitely. They used to do it.
Yeah, they used to do it too. Absolutely. Dude, Crash Team Racing was made as like a complete joke. Like, I'm pretty sure they made that game, and I think I heard interviews about this, like where they made that game to tank Crash as an IP before they left it with whoever owns it. They were just like, let's make a stupid, just nonsensical, like an alien comes to Earth and they're trying to make a parking lot and they got to race for it. Wouldn't that be so stupid? And everybody loved it.